What's good, everyone? We have breaking news for the Pittsburgh Steelers here on a Wednesday morning. I just woke up, so I had to get this video out to you guys as soon as I could. I wake up this morning to the news that the Steelers are bringing back cornerback Cam Sutton just a day after they signed another kind of slot defender in Grayland Arnold, who we talked about yesterday as a potential fit as a starting slot corner for the Steelers. They are now bringing in Cam Sutton to fill that role. So today we're going to be talking about his player profile, what he brings to the Steelers defense, his legal situation and what that might mean for his future with the Steelers, and then also my initial thoughts on the new Steelers starting cornerback room now that Cam Sutton is coming back. So before we get into this breaking news action here, make sure you click that subscribe button right now. Just on yesterday's show, when they signed Grayland Arnold, and we were talking about that signing, I said on that show, don't be surprised if the Steelers sign Cam Sutton. And lo and behold, look what happened. The Steelers signed Cam Sutton. The same thing goes for Russell Wilson. I said it a month before. It made sense for him to come to the Steelers. I said the same thing about Kenny Pickett being traded to Philly. We predicted that beforehand as well. So if you want extensive Steelers coverage that's actually correct here on YouTube consistently, that's what we provide for you guys. That's why Steelers Talk is the largest Steelers Talk channel here on YouTube with over 53,000 subscribers. So if you want extensive and dedicated Steelers coverage every single day for free, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Okay, so let's get into the news right now. I couldn't even wait to get into the studio because I just had to talk about this. Of course, we got Steelers Talk Live later today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you join Coop and I. We'll talk about this signing, all that great stuff. But for now, let's talk about Cam Sutton, the player, the legal situation, and then what I think this means for the future of the Steelers defense. So let's start with his player profile here. He's somebody that was drafted by the Steelers back in 2017. And he was with the team all the way till as recently as 2022. Spent 1 year away from the Steelers with the Detroit Lions. And he's signing with the Steelers now. He's coming back on a 1-year contract worth the veteran minimum. So $1.21 million for somebody that has been in the league as long as he has at this point. So that's obviously a steal for the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of the player that they're getting. He is inside-outside versatile. He was the Steelers' #1 corner back in 2022. Now, the cornerback room was in kind of dire straits back then. Ahkello Witherspoon wasn't playing great. Levi Wallace wasn't fantastic. And he was the best corner on this team just 2 seasons ago. And he's a great fit for what Mike Tomlin and Teryl want to do. So the fact that you're getting a really good player at a really low price here is an absolute steal for Omar Khan, and it definitely is a value signing in terms of the player that they're getting here. Now, in terms of the legal situation that he faced earlier this offseason and the reason why he was released by the Detroit Lions earlier in the year is because he was charged with domestic battery with his former partner and in Florida, where he lives in the offseason, and he evaded police for 3 weeks. He kind of ran from police and then eventually turned himself in. But, with domestic battery and then combining that with evading police for almost a month, I mean, that's not necessarily a great look for Cam. Now, eventually those charges were diminished to a misdemeanor, and he is allowed to, leave the state of Florida and, sign with the Steelers and practice with the Steelers. He's in the facility today. He will practice with the team today. I'm guessing he'll probably be wearing his number 20 because Patrick Peterson is no longer with the team. And, it's going to be interesting to see if the NFL brings down any kind of suspension or fine for him. I thought the Steelers might wait to make this move until maybe later this month or even into July to kind of wait for any suspension that the NFL was going to lay down on Cam Sutton here before they made a final decision. But it sounds like they really feel like they want him on the team. Now, it's certainly possible that he has to face a suspension here, whether that be a couple weeks, whether that be a month, whatever the case may be. And I think that's why they get a guy like Grayland Arnold. That's why they got a guy like Beanie Bishop Jr. as an undrafted free agent, trying to get some guys in that building that they feel comfortable playing slot corner in the event Cam Sutton can't start this season at slot for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I do think that the legal situation, is a little bit hairy here. It kind of depends on how you feel about the whole situation here, whether or not it's the right move for the Steelers to bring him into your locker room. Somebody, that did that to his partner, or allegedly did that to his partner. But at the end of the day, football-wise here, Cam Sutton is absolutely a good football player. He brings inside-outside versatility, so he can play out on the outside. It's what he did back in 2022 when he had the highest PFF grade of his career with the Steelers before he left for Detroit last offseason. But he's also extremely good in the slot, and that's where he's going to be playing here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers view Dante Jackson as a true outside corner. They really believe in him. Evidenced by the fact that they essentially traded Deontay Johnson straight up for him. So they clearly believe in Dante Jackson. If you listen to Dante talk, he's very confident in his ability to be a lockdown type corner in this defense here in Pittsburgh. And then, of course, you have Joey Porter Jr., who is absolutely locked down in his own right with his long arms and physicality and his ability to just lock guys down at the line of scrimmage and his physical brand of play. And then you're going to have Cam Sutton sliding in there as the starting slot corner. Now, the Steelers play more base personnel than any team in football, and what that means is just two corners on the field. They have five down linemen, two linebackers, two safeties, and two corners, and they play that formation more than anybody else in the game. But now with Cam Sutton, you're getting somebody that, is worth like at least, $8 to $10 million per season as a player. But because of the legal situation that he's dealt with, that drives down his value. Nobody else really wanted to bring him in. Because of that situation, now you can get him for the vet minimum. So you're getting a really good value on a good starting slot corner here, one of the best in football. And that really solidifies this cornerback room, because I do think, with Joey Porter Jr. as your number one, Dante Jackson is a good enough number two, and then Cam Sutton is a really good slot corner that can also play on the outside if there's an injury. I do think you have a very, very solid secondary now, especially when you take into account Minkah Fitzpatrick, DeMonte KZ, Deshaun Elliott at safety as well, and I really like what they did at the linebacker room. I think the Steelers defense, you can make an argument, is the best in football after making this move today. I think it's, in terms of just pure ability, what Omar Khan has been able to do, what Mike Tomlin has been able to cultivate here, I think it's the best in football when you take into account the pass rush with how good Keanu Benton looks. I think the one piece maybe that they're missing, and it's not even like a huge piece, is like a fourth rotational edge rusher, like a Marcus Golden. Bring him back. I would love that move as well. But in terms of the starting talent that's going to be on the field, I'm not sure if any team in the National Football League can hold a candle to the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. That's certainly going to help Russell Wilson and Arthur Smith and the offense, and it's going to kind of lower the bar in terms of how good they need to be for the Steelers to have success this year. So I like the signing here in terms of the football aspect purely here. Sutton's a good player. He's going to play slot corner for you. It's going to be interesting to see if any suspension comes down, and we'll keep you guys updated with any of those updates that come out. We'll probably have a couple clips of him practicing at OTAs today, so make sure you follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry. For any of those clips that come out throughout the day. And then also make sure you click that subscribe button and join us for Steelers Talk Live later today. We're going to be going live 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our next Madden Sim that comes out later today. It's going to be the home opener against the Los Angeles Chargers. So if you want to come and have some fun with us on our next Madden Sim, it'll be our final segment on today's live. And then after live today, I'm actually going to be going on to our main Chat Sports channel with Jack Lauderay, and we're going to be doing our first ever Paul Skeens watch party here at Chat Sports. So the Pirates play the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time today at PNC Park. We're going to be breaking that down, breaking down Skeens' performance, the matchup against Ohtani. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So our bosses tell us we can do more Paul Skeens watch parties if this one does well. So really would appreciate if you guys stop by, contribute to the channel, do all that great stuff, get in the comment section, get loud, and cheer on Paul Skeens. All right, that'll be it for this breaking news edition of Steelers Talk. I will be back with Coop at 4:30 p.m. Eastern for today's edition of Steelers Talk Live. And until then, here we go, Steelers.